This is where Russia plans to establish another naval base on the Black Sea. It's in Abkhazia, Georgia's separatist region backed by Russia. BBC Verify and Newsnight analysed satellite imagery indicating dredging and new buildings. The port is dual use, as a coal terminal and as a Russian Coast Guard facility. The latest construction has taken place since Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We see that there are some changes for sure here. We see that the access has been widened, which makes sense from Russia's point of view if they want to expand this port.
Russia's Black Sea fleet is under pressure. Ukraine claims to have destroyed or damaged as many as 27 Russian naval vessels, including warships. The base in Abkhazia is almost 400 miles from Crimea, a potential refuge for Russia's beleaguered navy. But it also presents a new security threat in the Black Sea region. Back in 2014, when Vladimir Putin annexed Crimea, such a threat to Russia's Black Sea fleet would have been unthinkable.
Black Sea plays a fundamental role in Putin's thinking and how he views Russia's dominance within the region. And of course, this would mean that Russia will not only have this base, it will use this base to attack Ukraine. I think if Russia needs, and it is within its interests, to drag Georgia into this war, they will do it.
Just south of Russian-controlled Abkhazia lies the Georgian town of Anaklia. There were once big plans for this city, but these are turbulent times.
Georgians worry that Russia's plan to establish a naval base just a few kilometers from here would bring the Russian-Ukrainian war too close to home, and that it would threaten these countries' aspirations to become a major trade and logistics hub between China and the West.
Georgia started building a deep-sea port here in Anaklia in 2017 with Western investors. If completed, it would have dramatically increased trade between Asia and Europe through the so-called Middle Corridor, avoiding Russia. The Kremlin claimed US Navy submarines would dock here. In 2020, Georgia's government cancelled the contract. The case has gone to international arbitration. Mamuka Khazaradze, who led the project, has gone into politics.
This is the biggest problem we have with this government, because they are serving Russian interests. Because Anaklia, it's not in the Russian interest to be built. And proof of it, you see that in 20 kilometers from Anaklia, the Ochamchire, the military base, is under construction now.
The government says it is reviving the port project. It denies acting in Russia's interests.
Absurd. It's absurd.
But it admits Georgia is under constant threat from its northern neighbor.
In the last 30 years, we had 3 wars with Russia. If there is something, we are there alone fighting Russians. We do not have the NATO security umbrella. We do not have the EU's economic solidarity.
But what Georgians might get by the end of this year is EU candidate status. Like Ukrainians, they see themselves as victims of Russian aggression. And while Ukraine's success in the Black Sea has exposed Russia's vulnerabilities, Russia's establishment of a new naval base on occupied Georgian territory demonstrates its continued dominance in this region.